Hi, my name's Deon. I'm 22 years old and I'm from the US. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm here in Nepal and I've been volunteering with the Animal Center. So let's get started. I work at an athletic club. I'm the general manager in an athletic club. It's similar to a gym. So why did you choose to volunteer in Nepal, and what programs are you doing and why? So why Nepal? I've always been really intrigued by Asian countries. I've been really intrigued by the religion, and it's just beautiful over here. I always talk about how the people are beautiful, the sights are beautiful, it's just gorgeous. And I've always heard from people that did travel near here in India and such that the people were just nice. So always been intrigued, always wanted to do something like this since I started college, which was 4 years ago. The program I'm doing is the Animal Center, and the reason I chose this program is because I've just always had a passion for dogs. Dogs are the main thing that they handle over at the Animal Center. They have a few cats, but really nothing more than that. Where I'm from, we have somewhat of a stray dog problem. We probably have the biggest problem in the US, but it's still nothing compared to how big of an issue it is over here in Nepal. There's 25,000 dogs on the streets. One thing that it did take me a little bit to get used to was that it's not so much of a shelter, it's more of an animal treatment center, which is what it's called, but that's very different than what I was used to. So yeah, I saw all kinds of stuff. I saw dogs that were just hungry and needed some food and needed to get nursed back to health and just needed a little bit of help, all the way to dogs who, had to have some of their legs amputated. So it definitely took a toll on my heart, but I learned more from those dogs than I did from most people I've ever met. So, okay, what was the most surprising thing you experienced while in Nepal? As far as the country goes, the orientation that a broader view sent to me prepared me for pretty much everything. The only thing I was a little surprised about, and maybe I skipped over it in the orientation, was bathroom and shower situation. It's very different than what I was used to. So it took a little bit of getting used to, but other than that, it was nothing crazy. Host family, my host family has been extremely kind. I'm not here for too long, so I probably didn't get to communicate with them and learn from them as much as a lot of other volunteers have, but they've been extremely kind, welcoming, accommodating, just very sweet. And the program, I really didn't have any surprises at all with the program, other than that it was even more rewarding and fun than I thought it would be. The really cool thing about the program I was with was that there were volunteers just from everywhere. I met girls from Switzerland, I met a girl from London, I met this person and that person, and it was really neat. And it was really cool getting to be with these people that did this every single day here. It takes a really strong person to do that kind of thing. So what was the most difficult thing you experienced while in the program? As far as the Animal Center goes, like I said, I didn't really experience any difficulties. I'm very used to working with animals and dogs in particular. I've got 3 rescue dogs myself, so that's one thing I've always just been pretty good at. Host family, like I said, my host family was extremely kind. I had absolutely no difficulties at all. And country, I got lost twice. And Sudhir was great about helping me find my way over the phone, and surprisingly even the people around me were extremely helpful. One taxi driver let me, he drove me around for a good half hour until I found my way, and I don't think that would ever happen where I'm from in the US, so it's very sweet. I got to a point where I was just saying, just take me to the embassy and I'll figure it out. I can figure my way out from there. And he said, no, just calm down, we're gonna figure it out. That was really sweet. And then another time I got lost, there were 2 younger girls who just saw that I looked lost and came up to me and brought me to their parents' shop, and we sat there and we talked for a while and we ate, and they called a taxi for me and I found my way. So that was really interesting. But yeah, it actually ended up being a ton of fun. I've got the girls on Facebook and everything now, so it was neat. Tips for any future volunteers. As far as clothing goes, I stuck with what the orientation said. I brought just a couple pairs of loose-fitting pants, and I didn't try to overpack or anything, and just a few shirts and just a couple t-shirts to sleep in. I didn't really bring anything more than that. I think the walking was something that it's a lot of walking, and it's a lot of you know, it's not just a sidewalk like you'd be used to walking, at least where I'm from. It's a lot of mud and holes and steps and hills, and there's a lot of like rocks and stuff. So I've never had trouble with my ankles, but by the end of this, my ankles even kind of hurt a little bit. It's a lot of just studying yourself. So I wore flip-flops even though they weren't the most supportive things in the world. Just because I didn't like the idea of my shoes being all wet and muddy all day when I had to wear socks and stuff. So I think it's a personal preference, but if you care a lot about, you know, the support in your feet, then tennis shoes would probably be best. Sightseeing, I'm not here for super long, but I saw the Monkey Temple already, and that was really neat. Got a ton of really cool pictures, and to me it just blew my mind. There are monkeys everywhere. You know, that's just not something I've ever seen before, and it's just beautiful. There are the statues, the temples, and it's just gorgeous. And I'm going to Chitwan this weekend, so I'm excited to do that. I didn't go out of my way to donate or anything, but I'm sure Sudhir would have information on, you know, what's needed and where to do that. Laundry and internet. The host family I'm staying with had Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi wasn't very fast, so I wasn't able to get a lot of things done for work that I planned on, because I was still working a little bit while I'm here. But the animal center actually had a pretty fast internet. So I was able to get a lot done over there, but really even they'll tell you that Wi-Fi anywhere around here is just not going to be the most reliable. So I kind of learned to, you know, not wait till the day of to send stuff. I would just do it the day before and get it done in case Wi-Fi wasn't working the next day when I had time to do it. Let's see. Other things volunteers should know about the city and the town. Just the locals are nice. I went out of my way to be prepared for any crime, not even specifically for Nepal, but just with traveling out of the country in general. It is my first time ever leaving the country, and doing it by myself, and so of course my family is really concerned. So I did all this research, and walking down the street, I feel safer here than I do my hometown. The people are just so nice. It's just, it's undescribable. You can't describe it. I spoke with one girl that actually did volunteer here before, and she told me something similar, and I didn't really believe her, to be completely honest. I was like, there's no way you feel, you know, safer in a foreign country than you do in Baton Rouge. There's no way, but yeah, you do. You know, it's absolutely nothing to walk down the street when the sun was going down. So that was interesting even for me. I feel like I'm a very cautious person. The weather. It's, where I'm from, it's humid and hot all the time. So this felt like fall to me, even though people think it's pretty hot right now. To me, this is like a breath of fresh air. The altitude's a little bit higher, but not insanely high. The only thing is that I noticed probably yesterday when I had really been in the sun for a few days at a time that I thought I was drinking a lot of water, but I don't think I actually was because since it's not humid here and it's extremely humid where I'm from, I thought it was a lot cooler than it actually was, so I should have been drinking a lot more water. So that's just something to pay attention to if you're in a similar situation. The local people, like I said, they're extremely, extremely, extremely nice. Pretty much all the younger children here know how to speak English. So I can't tell you how many times, you know, they tested out their English on me. One thing that was really fun was I got to walk dogs. Was my main job over at the animal center, because they already had a lot of vets around, and I'm not a veterinarian. So I would walk the dogs down the street, and kids would be getting off of school, and they would try to have conversations with me, and it's really neat and fun. Tours, I didn't do any tours. I did, like I said, go see the Monkey Temple of Sarika, and I'm going to Chitwan this weekend. So I'm really happy I did this. I know it's an opportunity I'm probably not going to get again in my life, as far as just getting to pick up and go volunteer, you know, all the way around the world. So I'm really excited I did it. It was humbling, and it's been extremely rewarding. Like I said, the dogs I was with just, it's my heart. It's rewarding to say the least, but just getting to experience this culture in general is just wonderful. It's something I've always wanted to do personally. A broader view made planning all of this extremely easy. There are several people I talked to on my 3 different planes on the way here, and they were blown away that I was doing it all by myself and that I planned all of this. And I said, well, actually the program, you know, kind of lists 1, 2, 3, like, okay, book your flight, do this, scan your passport, get this insurance card. So it made it really, really easy. As far as describing my accommodation, like I said, the only thing I wasn't really prepared for was the different bathroom and shower situation. Other than that, the family was so welcoming. The food was really great, and everyone's demeanor was just so sweet. I feel like where I'm from in the U.S., you know, it's just rush, 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 and everyone's at a, you know, just always doing something. And here, everyone's just so relaxed, and you know, they just go and sit outside and talk, and it's a nice change of pace. And I'm really hoping to take that back with me to maybe just slow down and enjoy things and enjoy my family like everyone does here, it seems like. Meals, I like fruits and vegetables a lot, and so do people here, so it was nice to always kind of have access to that. Insecurity, like I said, I've never felt safer anywhere ever before. And my host family was, of course, very, very kind. So, my favorite memory, as far as my program goes, would be the people I volunteered with. They were just really cool people. They were, and they also shared the same passion I do. So it was just really neat, and a lot of them have traveled other places. A lot of them are actually working here, so that was really cool. And it was also really neat getting to, you know, the dog problem here in Nepal, but what's it like where I'm from in Baton Rouge, with like where you're from in London, what's it like here, you know, that was really, really neat. Host family, like I said, I'm hoping to take their kind demeanor and how much I appreciate it. I'm hoping to take that with me back home and duplicate it to the best of my ability instead of rush, rush, rush like I do. The country, just the people, I told my mom this when I was on the phone earlier, everyone here is just beautiful. Like, the people are beautiful, physically, spiritually, everyone's just been such a pleasure to be around. Okay, how was local coordinator? Airport, I found Sudhir very, very fast, and you know, the signs getting off the plane and everything, it was pretty straightforward. You know, you go to this counter to get your visa application, you go to this counter to actually get your visa, you go to this counter over here to get through, then they take you through here. It's pretty straightforward. The one time I was a little confused was the baggage claim area, just because it's a little overwhelming in there. It's like being in a stock trade center in New York. But the second someone saw that I was confused, they helped me, and my bag magically appeared 5 seconds later. So like I said, everyone's just really nice and helpful. You know, people don't like seeing you looking lost, like lost tourist. But yeah, the airport was great, and Sudhir found me immediately, helped me exchange my money, we got in the car, we drove straight here, and he got me situated, so it was pretty easy. Orientation day, after we did go through the orientation, I did feel way more prepared. You know, even though I'd already looked up a bunch of that stuff before I got here, it was neat getting to be here for a second and then hear it all over again. She can kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I'm really glad we did do it, because I wouldn't have even known that Chogwon was something I would have liked to do over the weekend. And then after orientation, you know, I was like dead set on doing it, and I'm really, really excited. I think I'm going to make a lot of really cool memories there. Daily support, like I said, Sudhir got me out of a lot of situations where I was lost. So, you know, we had to travel all around the city, which was actually kind of fun, to find a way to exchange my money, to book everything for this weekend for my trip. So daily support, just astronomically amazing. And as far as getting information before the trip, it was really cool. I got any and all information I could ever possibly need, and it was really neat because I just forwarded them all to my family, and they were just as informed about what I was doing. Like my mom even asked, well, how's Sudhir? You know, so that was really nice for me to make it not only easy for me to understand everything, but also just to send it all to my family, and they're just as informed about what's going on, where I'm staying, and that kind of thing. And yes, I'd be more than willing to talk to anyone about their volunteer experience.